Ascension. So when people hear this word, I think what comes to mind is, like this increase, this going somewhere, rising up, becoming more, I'm ascending, I'm changing. And those things can be true, but it's not what you think, literally. Here's the thing about ascension. Ascension, it's just a label, okay? And if you want to ascend, you have to actually, we can start actually with the word ascension and make some observations about it to understand what ascension really is, okay? Because when you look at that label, ascension, it makes it sound like it's somewhere you have to go or it's something you have to acquire. And if you approach it that way, you'll push it away. Because here's the thing, an ascended master is what you already are. You already are an ascended master. It's all in here, guys. But the ego, the personality ego, the mind, or pain body, as Eckhart Tolle calls it, right? So whenever there's a trigger, it triggers the pain body. But whatever word you want to pick, there we go with labels again. Ego, personality, mind. It like covers up who you really are. It puts a mask over who you really are. You already are ascended. You already are perfect and whole. You already are fulfilled. That's who you are. That's your natural state, the conscious presence. Okay? But the ego, the mind, it comes in and it covers that up. It causes you to see everything through a filter. And as long as you believe you are the personality, you're going to see everything that way and you're going to experience it that way too. And here's the thing, the mind, because it is duality, it looks at ascension like it's something that has to be acquired or achieved. And you can't really achieve ascension. If you, in quotation marks, are trying to achieve ascension, you're just pushing it away. And here's the thing about that. It's not actually you, the real actual you, who is trying to achieve ascension. It's the ego, mind, personality, right? Remember, your body, mind, soul. The soul is consciousness, awareness, focus, attention, presence, awareness, focus, consciousness, presence, attention, focus, awareness, consciousness, presence, attention, focus, right? Same thing, all different words to describe the same thing. That's who you really are. The conscious being, the awareness, I am. That's who you are. And the mind is what you have. It is attached to you. And I just want you to notice these thought patterns. The mind is thought. The soul is not thought. The soul is consciousness. Okay, consciousness is not thought. Okay, and that's what you are. You are consciousness. And the mind is thought. And I'm not saying that's bad, but that's what that is. It's thought, the mind, okay? And so any thought pattern, any process about I'm here and I got to get there. I have to achieve this. I have to acquire it. I need this outcome. And so when you approach it through the duality of the mind, it's externalized. It's going to look at ascension like something that has to be achieved or acquired. And that's what pushes it away from you because you are already ascended. You just have to let go of the narrative, the thought, right? The mind, the narrative, the belief that you are not whole, that you are not ascended and perfect. That's all just talk. That's all just blah, 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 blah. That's all the mind, ego, personality, always trying to keep you on the hamster wheel. Just a blah, 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 thinking and feeling things, emotions, thoughts. I am this, I am that, I'm less than, I am no good, I'm not good enough, blah, 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 this narrative. And none of that is true. You're just the conscious being. And that's all. And you're already whole and perfect and complete. So ascension, it's just a label. You're not actually trying to go anywhere, it turns out. You're not trying to accomplish anything. Now, what will happen is over time, you will feel different. You'll feel better, right? You will change, so to speak. But how to get where you're trying to go, you just have to be really good at being right where you are right now. I am. The ego personality is what is always trying to take you away from this present moment, okay, into the future, because it's duality, past, future. That's the mind. That's duality. And I'm not saying that's bad. That's just what that is. But you are the conscious presence. You are always here now. There is no other moment. Okay, you are not duality. Your consciousness, your singularity, your one, your source. There's no opposite, there's no other. Ascension is where you are just always here now, present energetically. And let me tell you something, you do feel different. It's like the world starts shifting around you. You just attract things, people, experiences to you without really a lot of effort. And you feel great. You feel really, really good. Very peaceful, very calm. And it's because you don't need anything external to yourself that you start attracting things, right? When you tell the universe, I need, the universe is going to match that. And it's going to give you the experience of needing. But when you don't need anything, everything starts showing up. And you could care less. It's peaceful, it's quiet. Or you could go party, right? You could go, I don't know, hang out, go party, go do whatever you want. The doing doesn't matter. That's what I'm telling you. You can do or not do anything you like. Okay, but you're here being all the time, whatever it is you're doing. The body and the mind are assisting you. They're a vessel, the body and the mind. You are the conscious presence riding in the vessel, going through this universe of duality. Okay, the conscious presence, to integrate into duality, it needs a body and a mind so that you can experience going and doing and whatnot. But you are still here being, experiencing, always in this moment, always right now. There is no place for you to go. That's ascension. I don't need anything. I don't need to acquire ascension. You can't acquire enlightenment. It's what you already are. The mind is what's telling you it needs to be acquired. The mind is what's telling you it's an outcome. It's not. It's who you already are. The mind is just going to tell you that you're not. And that's all. That's all. It's no more complicated than that, guys. See, my mind feels like it needs to keep explaining and over-explaining things for you. Why is that? Because it can't comprehend the things that I say. The reason for that is because the mind is thought, and what I'm trying to tell you about is consciousness, and consciousness is not thought. So the mind, which is thought-based, can't understand consciousness. The mind can understand other understandings, other thoughts, other forms. But the consciousness is not thought. It's formless. It can't be understood. It's just not compatible with thought. Here's the other reason the mind doesn't like the things I'm saying. Because what I'm telling you to do is going to take all the control away from your mind. And it does not like that shit. Oh, no. But notice how the mind is telling you this doesn't make sense. There's got to be more, blah, 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 blah. Right. It wants to trick you. It wants to trap you so that you'll stay stuck on the hamster wheel, that narrative. That's all it wants. It just wants you to stay stuck on that narrative of blah, 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 blah. That's all it's after. Okay, there's no usefulness. There's no useful thing accomplished in that. Just sit there and think, and feel things and feel emotions. And it's just wasted energy. But the mind is going to try to convince you that it's taking you somewhere. Oh, yeah, we've got somewhere we're going. I swear. There's an outcome here, and I'm in control, and I'm going to tell you how we're going to accomplish all this ascension stuff. Oh, you betcha. But then it doesn't, and it never will. So don't listen to it anymore. And just be. Bye.